Hi all, in this video we are going to automate some scenarios using Cypress and JavaScript. Okay, so for this automation, what we will do basically we will create one folder. You can create this folder as per your project name. I have given name test my web page. You can give it any other name. In this session, we are going to discuss how to start automation with Cypress, how to automate your first scenarios basically. Before that, you should be aware like how to do Cypress setup and all. For that, I have made one video. Do watch that video first, then it will be useful if you watch those videos. Like you will get some idea how to complete Cypress setup and how to start, how to do configurations and all, how to add dependencies and all those details. You can get from that video. In this video, we are going to automate, the first scenario. Okay, once everything is done, you will see folder structure like this, Cypress, and there will be a folder E to E where we will keep all our, spec files. One folder will be like fixtures and support. This is node modules where all the plugins would be available. This is your config file, and this is your package.json file. We are going to keep all those test cases in this E2E. So I've created this folder test my web page. Okay, because this is again it depends on your project. Let's suppose if your project name is ABC, you can create a folder accordingly. Inside this folder, just right click here and click on this new file. Once you click on this new file, you can give the spec file name. So I have given test webpage.cy.js. This extension is very important. cy.js. If you are not giving cy.js, Cypress will not understand if it's a spec file or normal JS file. So I will suggest you whatever you are whenever you are creating any spec file basically means test case file. Just give the extension cy.js. Okay. Once you create this file, you just need to open this file. Here you can start, you know, with describe block. Okay, so it will be this is a test suite. Okay, so I'm just giving the test suite name as my test suite, or you can give the name like I'm test admin page or test account page or test login page or test xyz page, or basically it's a suite name. Okay, so I have given this describe block. In this describe statement I have given this test my test suite. Okay, followed by comma, and one functions will be started. This is opening and closing bracket of functions, and open braces and close braces, and there will be one closing bracket of this describe block. So once this is done, I need to write some of the test cases. So my first test case is visit some dummy page. So that will come inside this it block. Okay, so in the it block I'm just writing. Okay, before that I'm just going to tell you which website I have taken for testing. So I have taken internet.herokuapp.com. Okay, so this website I am going to test. This is a dummy website. You can refer any other website as per your choice. But here, if you see, almost all kind of options are there, which could be there in any UI. Like let's suppose some label or basic auth, broken image, content, checkbox, drag and drop. So whatever options you want, whatever kind of testing you want, you can do those kind of testing here. So okay, in this session, I'm going to automate this A/B testing, options. So my test case is like click on that A/B testing button or hyperlink and verify if this label text is getting displayed or not. Okay, so this is my requirement. Okay, so I'm just giving test A/B testing. Okay, I think okay, A/B. There is an A/B testing. Okay, and testing is in a small. Okay, so I have given this name. Now again it should be followed by some functions. So I'm not giving any functions name. You want, you can provide those functions name. Okay, so it is like that. Okay, now okay, so what is this error? Okay, This error is regarding what? Okay, what it is saying. Okay, I'm just saying like what is missing here. Everything is fine in the it block followed by comma. Okay, so I've just okay. This functions keyword was missing. That is why it was giving some error. Okay, so I have given that name, functions name. Okay, once this is done, you need to basically the first step would be visit that page. So there is a method cy dot visit. Okay, cy dot visit. So and in the single quote you can pass the URL. So let's go to that website. This is the URL I want to pass. So I will give this URL. Now save it. So the first test case is test A/B testing, and in that the requirement was visit this page, click here, and then verify if label text is getting displayed or not. Okay, so for that we need XPath. Okay, so just let's see how we can locate that XPath. Okay, so I am using one plugin, CrowPath. You can use these tools, or if you are good in locating an XPath, then it's fine. You can locate it directly. So I will also locate it from at my end. Now this is a href, okay, and this is a. So I'm just trying to locate XPath. Contains text, contains text. Here I'm passing the text path, and let's see. Okay. Now, if you see here, I can see one of one means this XPath is unique. I want to click here. Now I will go to my test case, like basically in the spec file. Okay. So here, what I will do, I will write cy dot XPath. Okay. And I will pass that XPath. Okay. I will pass XPath in double quote because inside this XPath there are some string message or a string label. Okay, like A/B testing. That is why I'm passing, in double quote. Here, you just need to write dot click. So these all functions are provided by Cypress. What it will do, it will visit the page, it will click on that XPath. The next thing is verify if label text is getting displayed or not. So for that, I need definitely this XPath. So again, this is the label text is AB control, right? So I'm just going to locate this AB test control. Okay, okay, and this is H3. So let's update it to H3. I can see one of one. So main task is if it is visible, then in double quote I'm passing dot should. There is a method b dot be visible. Okay, there are so many by default. There are so many methods which is provided by Cypress. So this test case is completed. cy.visit and just pass those URLs, locate those XPaths, click, do some click operations, and once that is done, what you need to do, verify if this is visible or not. Some label text is visible or not. So this is my first test case. Okay. Now let's suppose I want to, okay, let's suppose I want to automate some things related to checkbox. So I need to click here, checkbox. So I will again locate XPath of this checkbox. Okay. So this is A, and here in contains text, I'm just using that keyword checkbox. So this is my XPath. Okay. Now let's suppose my test case is verify checkbox says are working fine. Working fine. Okay, again, comma, then write the functions and then open bracket, close bracket, and then braces and close braces. So this is my first test case. This is going to my second web test case. Okay, for that also, okay, I'm just using this one, cy.visit, and then I need to click on that checkbox hyperlink. Then I will write XPath and I will paste XPath of this checkbox. Okay, this one. Okay. So again, I forgot to pass this XPath in double quote. In double quote, I will pass my XPath and dot click. So what it will do? It will basically click that checkbox hyperlink. Now, what is the validation? So validation is like I want to verify if this checkbox label is getting displayed or not. So this is S3. So I will locate XPath. Here I can see that XPath is quite easy. Now my requirement is if I clicked on that checkbox hyperlink, this XPath dot should be dot visible. You would be surprised, like there are so many methods which is by default provided by Cypress. Okay, so you just need to use those methods. Like for visible, there is a method should v dot visible. In Selenium, there is a method is displayed. Okay, like in Selenium dot click, there is a method. In Cypress also dot click is there. There are so many methods which is by default supported by Cypress. So let's suppose if this is visible, my test case is completed. Okay, now similarly, I will add one more scenarios for the reference. Okay, so the next scenario I just wanted to pick here is like uh, let's suppose I want to automate something related to input. Okay, so I will locate this XPath input. Okay, this is A. I will copy this text. I will paste it here, and this is a. So what I will do, I will write A. Now, now my text, the test case name would be what? It will be test input module. Okay, again followed by comma, open, I will write functions. Okay, open bracket, close bracket, then open braces, close braces. That's it. What I will say, I will say cy dot visit. This is required because you need to launch your website first. The second thing, click on this XPath, right? So what I will do, cy dot visit. Here I will pass the XPath. Again, I forgot to pass in double quote cy dot XPath dot click. What it will do, it will click on that menu. Now let's see what could be the assertion here. Once you click on this input, you can see some fields. Okay, the first test case is like verify if this input label is getting displayed or not. So this is a S3. This XPath is right, correct. So I'm passing, I'm passing it. Okay, sorry, in the same test case I'm just going to add some assertions. Okay, here itself I will add some assertions. Cy. Okay, here also I forgot to update it cy.xpath. Now cy.xpath, in double quote I'm passing this xpath, and again dot should be dot visible. Okay, once this is done, the next task is like enter some values here. Okay, enter number. So for that I need to enter some number. So I'm just going to locate xpath. This is a input. So what I will do, I will write input double slash input and at the type equals to this number. Okay, so here you can see one single quote is missing. Now this xpath is correct. Okay, so this is my xpath. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, cy dot xpath, in the double quote I'm just passing that xpath dot. So let's see. How, okay, I want to enter 30. Okay, so what I will do, dot expert dot type method is there. In Selenium there is a send keys method. Here dot type I am passing 30. What it will do, it will enter 30. Okay, 30. So this is the operation I wanted to do as a basic level of testing. So I wrote here three test cases. Okay, once again let's see like what I have added. Describe block, which is a test suite name. It block, basically test cases. Okay, so here I have added three test cases. Okay, so what you can do, you can use those XPath or visit method. And again for visible, should dot visible is applicable. Dot click means it will click somewhere. Okay, here I want to type, so dot type method is there. There are so many methods available by default by Cypress. You can visit Cypress official website to get some idea about how to click and how to do basic operations using JavaScript and Cypress. There are so many forums like Stack Overflow and other forums as well, where you can get the answers. Once this is done, what you can do, you can click npx cypress open. Okay, npx cypress open. What will happen, it will open Cypress window for the execution. Okay, here you need to click on this E2E testing. Okay, I just wanted to execute it on Chrome, so I will select this Chrome browser and I will click on start E2E testing. Once I will click here, I can see my spec file. So my spec file is inside the test my web page, and the this spec file name is testwebpage.cy.js. Once I will click here, execution will be started. Okay, so I clicked there in that spec file, and you can see execution is started, and it will do the testing. Okay, okay. So here I can see that some error are coming like XPath. It is not able to identify that what is cy.xpath XPath is, and this is happening because I have not installed plugin related to XPath. So what I will do, I will Google install XPath plugin in Cypress. One official website will get open. I just copied this command npm install -d Cypress XPath. I will close this window. Okay, now go to that in this one Visual Studio terminal and just enter that command npm install -d Cypress XPath. What it will do, it will install XPath plugin. Okay, and then we can proceed. Okay, so once again I will explain you like what I have written so far. Here you can see that describe block followed by function name equals to arrow, then followed by this braces, and inside this block I have written multiple test cases. The first test case is like test A/B testing, test checkbox, and test input model. Okay, these three test cases I have written, and I am using XPath. By default, CSS locator is supported. If you want to use those, no need to install any other plugin. But if you want to use this XPath, you need to install that plugin. npm installed -d Cypress XPath. Okay, so my installation is done. What I will do, I will open that npx Cypress open. What will happen now? This Cypress window will get open. Here I can see that my spec file test web page will get displayed. I will execute that test case. Okay, so I will go to my folder and I will click here test web page.cy.js. So execution will get started. Again, it is saying like cy.xpath unable to identify what this xpath is. Okay, we need to debug why this is happening. Okay, I got the issue. So we installed Cypress XPath plugin, but in e2e.js file inside the support, there is a file e2e.js. Here also you need to mention this line require Cypress XPath. Okay, this is just a configuration. Okay, to use XPath, basically you need to do the first thing, install that plugin, Cypress XPath plugin, and second thing, use this line into the e2e.js file. Okay, once you write that line, just save it and close that file. So we have three test cases, first, second, and third. Okay, now let's see how the execution will happen. I will try to execute in Chrome browser. Okay, then it will say which expect file you want to execute. I want to execute test web page. Okay, just click on that spec file. It will start the execution. So here you can see that the first test case is like test A/B testing. Second test case was verify checkbox are working fine. Basically, we are opening that checkbox page and just verifying if that label is getting displayed or not. And here test input module where we have inserted some values 30. So you can see that it has been inserted. Let's run it again. To run it again, here there is an icon run all test case. Just click over there and see how fast it is. First test case done, second test case execution done, third test case again executed. So this is the benefit of Cypress. It is very fast. We did some basic level of automation here.
only three test cases we automated. Now you will ask how to execute these test cases without this window. Let's suppose I want to execute it on Linux machines, okay, where we don't have a window, or where we don't have a permission to launch any Cypress window and all. In that case, there are some commands by which you can execute your test cases. Before that, let's see how to execute this particular test case only. My requirement is I'm doing automation. I automated these two scenarios and I want to run only these test case. What should I do? So here it dot only. You can use this dot only method. It dot only. What it will do? It will execute that particular test case only. Here you can see that it is executing test A/B testing. So automation is completed, automation execution is completed. Here you can see some green icon. Let's suppose I want to execute first and third test case. I will use it only, it dot only for first and three test case. So here you can see that these two test cases got executed. So likewise you can do execution of single test cases. If you want to execute all test cases, just remove dot only block. So this is it in this video. In the coming videos we will learn some some automation of complex scenarios like drag and drop, table related scenarios. We will do those kind of automation in the coming sessions. Thank you for watching this video.